Well, economists get criticised for doing the impossible. I mean, if you ask for what the economist can do, well, it's general advice, which is helpful and rational compared to the man in the street. So sophistication of that, it's worth paying for. But if you're going to ask the impossible, like predict the price of wool in the next 5 years, yeah, well, ask the man in the street, really. No, you can ask an economist, but he will say, look, I can't predict wars, not reliably. I can't predict natural disasters. I can't predict unnatural disasters like government policy, food shortages, fuel crises. The information on what the plan is scant and very doubtful. And it changes everything. If you want, nonetheless, a sophisticated price prediction for your product, or what's going to happen to the economy if we do so and so, well, it takes a lot of model building and analysis, and in such there are rules that we've found are helpful and more reliable and consistent and logical and rational. And you're going to have to pay for that. It's not free. And you're absolutely right, it's probably not worth it, but organisations in particular want professional technical expertise, so they pay for it. And really they get poor returns, but they're not happy just with general observation and gut reactions, and helped with a bit of professional logic and reasoning from an economist. In other words, they could buy a much more modest service at a far cheaper price, and be better off in total, really, I suspect. And not just from a business point of view or management of the economy, political point of view, but from a human point of view of welfare and happiness and true standard of living. The market price is not a good indicator. It's just that there are no other nice, crisp statistical indicators out there other than the economic data that we've got. Your house doubles in price, in value in 5 years. This is very important if you own it, or if you've got a mortgage on it. Is it an indication that your house is now worth twice as much to you? Yes, in a way, but not if you don't sell it. If you don't sell it, it's worth to you is what you find in keeping it and holding it, and that may have stayed the same. Very nice, good. But do you see, the price doesn't mean much. It certainly means a lot if you sell it and move up country to property area where property's half the price. Well, it's very important if you've got capital gains from the city, But we don't measure that, and even in our we look at price inflation, don't we? Whose price inflation? Obviously a pensioner has a quite different bundle of goods that he tends to buy compared to our jet-setting millionaire. I mean, you need a different price index for that suits the person you're looking at. You know, a one-person family in a rental, I mean, it's rentals that count. After he's paid the rent, that's his disposable income. Or a person with a mortgage, after he's paid the mortgage payments, his disposable income could even be negative in bad news situations. His standard of living is kicking about all over the place. He could be homeless tomorrow and still in debt. Couldn't quite pay off with the equity. All that was, he couldn't pay off the mortgage. There's no equity left. It's negative. He's in debt and no home. And I've known a few friends like that in life. Is clothing today worth what clothing was years ago? Does the tunic keep you warm? Probably not. It's man-made fibre. Not particularly designed to keep you warm at all. Perhaps it's treated with, I don't know, is it microplastics and so on? I mean, you don't know if it's actually harmful. You're very much aware that it says wash the garment before you wear it when you buy it new. Oh, it doesn't sound too promising. How do you compare a car of 40 years ago with today? That's just different. Price of cars has gone up or gone down, and relative to what? Oh, average wage. I don't get an average wage. I'm now one of the army of unemployed, or the army of retired, And two people in a home makes, two adults, makes a terrific difference. In earning capacity, yes, but even if one does not at work, in welfare, because they're occupied making the home nicer. Bless them. Do you see the world's not data? There are lies, damned lies, and statistics. And that's been so for a long time. A world of data is not a world of human relationships. We're leaving the world of human relationships behind at an accelerating rate. It's a bit like the difference of living in the city compared to the country. In the city you know no one, and all the facilities are there, but the congestion is between you and them. In the country, you recognize everybody, and the facilities that you have are within walking distance. I mean, in a small village. I was in a small seaside town called Frinton. I could walk to the railway, and I did because I had travelled by train to my work. I could walk to the shops and walk to the fields, and I could walk to the seafront. I could walk to church. I could walk to several of the people that I knew. How lovely. I could have had the same facilities in a city, spread over some large urban complex, and possibly been afraid to go out at night. I mean, really. That's a shift in welfare, isn't it? So don't be deceived. The world of data advertising, your public persona, statistics, is not reality. Reality is you, your values, your relationships, your happiness and well-being, creativity, and peace of mind. In other words, quite simply, you are a spiritual being. And it is the spirit that is your welfare and true being. Bless you. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.